guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little review and demo on the Sigma baking and strobing brush set. So it comes with 5 brushes, a bake kabuki, a precision bake, the concealer blend kabuki, a strobing fan, and a powder sweeper. If you've watched my channel before, you would already know that I'm obsessed with Sigma brushes, that they are like one of my favorite brush brands. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm not getting paid to do this video, so definitely don't think that. All my opinions and thoughts are 100% real. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the brushes and then we're going to jump in to the review. So the baking and strobing brush set does retail for $84 US, which is definitely worth it in my opinion. There's 5 brushes and you can use them for multiple things. They are designed to avoid product absorption, which is great because who likes wasting product? I know I don't. Also, another cool thing about these brushes that they can be used for powder, liquid or cream, which is definitely even more versatile and more value to the brushes. Don't forget guys, I always link all the brushes and the products that I use down below and links to all the sites where you can purchase them. I also do have a discount code with Sigma. It's just Jordyn, Jordyn. So if you want to save yourself some cash at checkout, definitely check that out. It's down below and I will pop it up on the screen. So if you guys wanted to check out my review and demo on the Sigma baking and strobing brush set, then just keep on watching. So I've already applied my foundation. I've just used my current favorite, which is my Born This Way by Too Faced, and I just used my Sigma F80 flat top kabuki, also by Sigma, to apply it. This is my favorite foundation brush. Nothing compares to this brush. Yeah, this isn't in the kit, but I thought I'd mention it anyway, and I will link it down below if you guys wanted to go check it out. You've probably all heard about it because it's like thebomb.com. So we're just going to start out by applying some concealer first. I'm just going to use my Maybelline Fit Me concealer and I'm just going to apply that underneath my eye area, on my forehead and down the center of my face. So as you can see, my concealer is a lot lighter than my foundation. That's just because we're going for like a really extreme highlight today because we're going to contour and bake and do all that jazz. So now to blend that concealer in, I'm just going to take the concealer blend kabuki brush and just work that into the skin. I like to stipple my concealer in to the skin as opposed to like swiping it. I just feel like it pushes the concealer into the skin and just blends it a lot better than actually swiping it. It doesn't like disrupt the foundation. I don't really use brushes to blend out my concealer. I usually use my beauty blender, but that has blended out so nicely. And because this brush is tapered, it allows you to get up right underneath the eye area, which is great. Because I do have quite a large forehead, I don't like to highlight my forehead that much. So I just thought I'd give you a little close-up of how well that concealer brush blended out that concealer. That's just given the most flawless finish. So the next step is I'm going to bake this concealer using the Bake Kabuki. This is going to be awesome to push the powder into the skin. So I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder to bake with today. So I've just taken a large amount of powder on to that Bake Kabuki, and what I'm going to do is just press this underneath my eye area and actually press it into the skin. So it's just going to press that concealer and lock it in so it doesn't move throughout the day or doesn't have any really like fine lines seeping through. So first impression of this brush, it doesn't feel too like heavy on the skin, if that kind of makes sense. It doesn't feel uncomfortable when you're pressing the powder into the skin. It's really, really soft, but at the same time, it's really firm. And I feel like that just applies like the perfect amount of powder. So now that I've let that sit for a bit, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the powder sweeper brush and sweep off that excess. This brush is literally so soft and I feel as if this brush can be used for multiple things as well. Now I'm gonna take my Hoola Bronzer by Benefit Cosmetics. I'm going to go in with the same brush and I'm just going to sweep it around the perimeters of my face just to warm up my complexion a little. So I'm just going to take that on the cheekbone area. And I'm also just going to hit my jawline just a little. I have a bit of a double chin here, so I like to just hit that with a bit of darker shadow to try and hide that as well. I'm also just going to hit underneath my lip just to make it look a little bit more bigger than what it actually is. So now I'm going to take the Baked Precision, which is just exactly the same as the Baked Kabuki, but it's literally just smaller. So it's still angled, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take the same powder, which was the Laura Mercier one, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the sides of my nose just to clean up that bronzer a little bit and just to make my nose look a little bit more slimmer. Also, I'm just going to hit right up under here. This brush is perfect just for them really small defined areas that you want to hit with powder, but you just can't get to with a bigger brush. So I'm now going to take the Baked Kabuki, which is what we use to bake underneath the eye area, and I'm just going to clean up my contour. So I'm just going to bake from the top of my ear down to the corner of my mouth, just using the same Laura Mercier powder. This brush is honestly my favorite brush in this set so far. I know sometimes with the Beauty Blender it can leave the bake a little patchy sometimes and apply like way too much, but this just applies the most perfect amount and it just looks flawless on the skin. I know because I do have freckles that sometimes they can get a little bit muddy, so I really need to watch what I do put on my face. But this brush is amazing. So the last brush in the set we are going to use is the Strobing Fan. So I'm just going to go in with the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. So you have really good control over where you actually place the highlighter with this fan brush. It's not too big, it's not too small, it picks up the product nicely, and look, that's just one little coat and that's just laid it down amazingly. I'm also going to take that underneath the brow bone area, so that fits perfectly underneath there as well. It's always hard to find a brush like a fan brush that goes underneath here and kind of connects, so this is perfect. I'm really enjoying this brush set. And then also going to hit my Cupid's bow. So I always like to use my finger to kind of place that highlight onto my nose, just on the tip there, and then just blend it out with the brush. And I'm also going to hit right there. So I'm just going to take that same Strobing Fan and just hit it with a little bit of blush that I have in my hand, and I'm just going to sweep that over my cheekbone area just to add a little bit of colour in the apples of my cheeks. This blush is honestly the most amazing blush. It's called Nymphia. It's also by Sigma, and it's just the most natural flushed blush that like I've ever come across. It blends out so nicely and it's just the most amazing colour, and it just makes you look so healthy and just really pretty. I love this. So to finish off the look, I'm just going to use a little bit of Peach Stock by MAC Cosmetics on my lips. So I thought I'd give you guys like a little bit of a close-up of the makeup. It is literally flawless. Like, I'm just so impressed with this brush set. A lot of you guys know, if you watch my channel before and from the start, that I do love Sigma brushes. They're some of my favorites and their quality is just amazing. You guys can see for yourself like how flawless this application is. So yeah, I don't really need to say much because the brushes like speak for themselves. Definitely worth it in my opinion, 100% worth it. I hope you guys did really enjoy this video. I hope you guys learned something new, and definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think of these little mini reviews and demos, because I definitely love doing them. Let me know if you would like to see more of these types of videos, and also let me know down below what video you want to see from me next. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!